Hello, I am now in Tanjung Lesung, and actually, which is in Banten. It's actually kind of cute. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a rhino sign, a rhino on a sign right behind me, and it spells out Banten, which is the province of where we are. And the rhino, of course, is one of the special animals that is featured in the national park that's on the tip, probably about 2 hours away, but there's some issues in terms of getting there. Now, what's interesting is when I travel to these kinds of places, and it's only 8 p.m., I have to remind myself that, as a city boy, that I'm actually just in the country, and it's normal in the country, anywhere, to be just by yourself. Now what's unusual, or just to be amidst, just a lot of land and not a lot of people. And, I tried to walk down the other way, which is actually closer to the beach, and not a whole lot on that side. So you do see some cars coming in, but what's unusual about this area is that it's all located next to a coastline. The coastline here is massive, and it was designated as a special economic zone. And so you'll see signs that say special economic zone, but there's no economic activity. So, if you're Shenzhen, you're sort of, chuckling to yourself, right? And Shenzhen would be perhaps the best example of a special economic zone succeeding. In other words, taking a location that doesn't necessarily have a lot going for it and then transforming it into something completely different than what we see now. Yeah, bats. So we're in the jungle, so a little bit different from the American Midwest. Different kinds of animals out here. And, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but again, there are some people here, so there's civilization down that way somewhere. And I just want to sort of point out that you're dealing with miles of coastline, beaches. You would think that if you could set up a special economic zone that would be successful, this would be the place. Ample farmland, again, plenty of water next to you. It's fertile. Everything here is just, they're not rice paddies, but they certainly could be made to become rice paddies if somebody put in the work. And you have people living here as well, so it's not as if you don't have any sort of civilization out here. You're not starting from scratch. So when you are thinking about the world, you have to realize there are more places like this than there are of Shanghai or San Francisco. And until you travel, that sort of issue is not apparent. But it is apparent, very much so, when you're just walking down the street at 8 p.m. in a beach town that with miles of coastland and almost no economic activity whatsoever. My Gojek application and my Grab application do not register a single restaurant anywhere here. And the nearest Alphamart, which is the equivalent to a 7-Eleven, is about 2.5 miles away from where I'm staying back there. So there you go. Sometimes when you travel, you end up just taking a nice peaceful walk along the highway or freeway.